So guys, this week has to be the week. We have been waiting for the announcement every single day, anticipating the Model 3 Performance to be announced. It has been excruciatingly long and we don't know the reasons why, but the delay is still ongoing and this is exactly what's happening right now. Now, first of all, if you're curious as to why I'm referring it back to the Performance rather than the Ludicrous, definitely go check out my previous video because there was a bombshell that was just dropped detailing everything, including why Tesla is now sticking to the Performance moniker again. I'll drop that in the description below, but over there is also details of the suspension, the performance, and everything else that we can be expecting once this thing finally comes out. So now, over the past few weeks, we went through a bunch of possible dates, including one very important one that just passed. April 20th was that day. We were pretty certain that Tesla would drop this car. 420, Elon's favorite day, smoking, you guys can tie it all together, but we were pretty certain that this would be when we would be hearing about the Model 3 Performance. As you know by now, I am super excited for this and I'm staying on top of literally every single minute that passes by. I've been waiting for 420 to happen and then exactly at 4:20 p.m. And on a little side note here, what got me to believing even more that it was going to drop on 420 at 4:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time was the fact that Tesla just dropped a brand new Tesla demo app and it had a software build right at the bottom indicating that it was also 420. But yeah, as you can see from today's video, that didn't happen and now we're on to the very next date and we're a little bit all disappointed. But now putting that aside, let's look forward and now our next prediction is going to be April 23rd and that is going to be Tesla's earning call. Now I'm saying April 23rd as if it's a long way down the line. It's literally happening tomorrow. As soon as the earning calls happen, they will go through their various typical things and then they may possibly just announce the Model 3 Performance as well as a couple other little interesting things. So with everything going on so far, with layoffs and price cuts, we are not expecting the greatest earnings number during this quarter. But what may just overcome all the noise is the future projections and products that Tesla is going to be announcing, and this is where they may bring out the upcoming robotaxi as well as the projections for the Model 3 Performance and when it should be launched. So ultimately, this is just a wild prediction and it's just as good as anyone else's, but if we go into the details, speculations, and recent sightings, we can see that there is a very good chance that Tesla is going to be revealing the Model 3 Performance during this call. Just a couple days ago, released by French TV, we finally got to see what the media event was all about. This one here was specifically set up for the Model 3 Performance and it was a very intimate, personal presentation. It allowed a lot of room for questions and answers. The size overall wasn't too big. It fit approximately 20 people at any given time and it was probably on a rotation basis, so another media group would come in to take place of the older ones. But as you can see in this video here, everybody is with their heads down, looking at their computer, jotting down as much information as they can about this new vehicle. It's without a doubt that they will be taking this car home for approximately 3 weeks, which is exactly where we are right now in terms of time frame. The media event happened 3 weeks ago on a Tuesday, and this earning call is going to be happening on a Tuesday, which is tomorrow. So in terms of the embargo period, which a lot of you guys don't believe it's happening, I really do think that they do have an embargo set in place to make sure that everybody has a fair chance of reviewing this car and making sure that they get every single detail of it before releasing it at the exact same time. And it looks like this embargo period is set to elapse right after the earnings call, which is tomorrow. So this is where you're going to be flooded with a ton of new videos and reviews as soon as the call ends. And then obviously shortly after that, they will be updating the design studio, readying it for the mass amount of reservations and orders coming in. We have seen this in the previous video within the source code. If you guys want to check that out, I will drop that in the description below and up top there as well. Now, if that all isn't enough to get you to believe the announcement tomorrow, there has been some recent sightings within Giga China factory. This is where we have been seeing a ton of new cars come off the production line, and those cars are specifically the Model 3 Performances. Approximately 40 new Model 3 Performances were spotted within the parking lot just behind Giga Shanghai, and this has been parked with a bunch of other new Model 3s as well. These vehicles here were completely covered up front to back, and especially in the areas that really highlight the fact that it is the Model 3 Performance. So the front and rear bumper, the spoiler, as well as the newer wheels. Now, if Tesla was really trying to hide the fact that it is the newer performance model, they're doing a really bad job at it because it is sitting next to hundreds of other Model 3s, but specifically these 40s are the only ones that are wrapped up, so it's quite obviously that these cars are going to be something very special. So now, really to our advantage here, I think this was just an honest mistake by the Tesla team preparing the Model 3s for export. They have forgotten to cover up one of the wheels, and this is where we really got a good indication that this is the new performance model. As you can see in this picture here, once you zoom right into it, there is the new red calipers, and this is saved specifically for their top end trim line. So yeah, with these cars sitting here practically completed, they are either going to be exporting these or selling them locally, but in either case, we know that they are pretty much ready. The production line has been pumping out these vehicles and they are ready to be sold. In addition to this, moving back to the US, we have started seeing Model 3 performances completely covered up in a fabric. There is no visible areas at all, but these vehicles here are sitting in front of the Malibu showroom. This is exactly where the media event test drives took place, so these are guaranteed to be the Model 3 performances. Now, knowing the larger Tesla community, it was sure that somebody is going to be tracking these vehicles, and exactly that was done. These vehicles have been sitting in front of the Malibu showroom for approximately 4 days, and just finally, yesterday, they did move it somewhere else. Now it is not there. This means that they are preparing to have it sent out. If everything goes according to plan and we do get the announcement of the Model 3 performance during this earnings call, these vehicles that you have seen right here may be the very first customer vehicles, and they may be taking delivery right after. Now, all that is very exciting, but there is even more. Just earlier today, we have seen a fully uncovered engineering prototype Model 3 performance right at the top of Yosemite, and this is where we can see the full surround and the interior of what the car is going to be offering. This performance model is in the new stealth gray, and as you can see, there is all the upgraded parts coming from the diffuser to the front bumper with the air ducts, as well as the new Ludicrous badge. So all of this is really exciting, and I can't wait to see the very first deliveries happening. I would definitely be keeping you as updated as possible on practically anything that comes out, even the smallest little details. I would try to keep you guys as updated as possible. So make sure you hit that subscribe button at the bell notification and follow me on Twitter or X at HeyJohnE. Over there you guys can see the latest, as well as you can chat with me, DM with me any single time, and I'll try to respond as quickly as possible. If you do really appreciate all of these updates, I would love your support. I do have a Patreon link which I will drop in the description below. There are a couple of nice perks over there as well. But this should be it for this video. I will see you guys tomorrow during the earnings call and expect something to come out. Anyways, this is John once again. Peace out.